Hello folks, welcome to El Canal Channel Jose. Today we're going to give you an idea how to replace the water pump on a 5E engine, which is in the 95 Toyota Tercel to the 99 Toyota Tercel or the 92 to the 99 Toyota Paseo. So this water pump is going to take some work to get it off of that engine, because what it does, we have to start by removing the splash guard, because we're going to have to remove the motor mount and the motor mount base or bracket that attaches to the engine, so that way we can actually get to the bolts on the water pump. And there's one specific bolt that you cannot get to if you don't do all this work, and we're going to show you how we did this slowly, so that way if you actually want to do this job or you want to take it to a shop so they can do this kind of replacement of the water pump. So we're going to show you how we do this, and hopefully it's helpful. And with that said, let's jump right into it. Okay, folks, so here we have a 95 to 99 Toyota Tercel, and to replace this water pump, which is this one, and it comes with the gasket, and the part number is AWP 9096 by Duralast, and the water pump is located right there. That pulley right there is the water pump. It's bolted right there like this. So the water pump is somewhere like this in there. So that belt is being fed or feeds from the crankshaft pulley to the water pump and the alternator. So we have to loosen the tension on the alternator to be able to take off that belt, so we can start taking off that water pump. But to do that, we're going to have to drain the cooling system down completely. And to do that, there's the exit point right there. We loosen that, and there's a nipple facing down that we're going to put a little hose to it, so it passes through that plastic, so then it drains into a container, so that way we don't make a mess here. So we're going to drain this out completely, and then once we do that, we're going to start taking out the belt. And once we take off that, we take off the water pump, and there's going to be more liquid coming out, so we have to put a container down here. So with that, let's start draining it down. So here we have the container. We're going to be using a little hose like this, and we're going to put that underneath, connect the hose to it, loosen the fitting, and let all the liquid out. And we're going to show you how that process goes. So here we have the exit point or the drain point on the radiator. So what we're going to be doing is connect the hose to that, pass it through that opening, so it goes and guides into the container, and then we're losing that fitting, so the liquid comes out. So there it is. That's the hose attached to the lower point of the radiator. It goes through the plastic. So now we just loosen that drain point, and then we can guide that coolant straight into the container, and we don't make a mess. And we can actually remove the radiator cap so the fluid drains faster and it lets the air from the top, and gravity does its job, so that one comes out faster. So in the meantime this is happening, we can go and loosen that tension for the belt, so that way we can start taking off the belt while this drains out. Loosen that 12 millimeter bolt right there, and then right below there's a 14 millimeter bolt with a 14 millimeter nut. We have to just loosen that. That's the base. This is the other one is the bracket that attaches to the main point. This is the adjustment. We just need to loosen this and loosen the other one, 12 millimeter, 14 millimeter, two sides, bolt and a nut. And then once we do that, we can loosen the tension, take it off from the alternator, take it off from the water pump, and take off the belt from the crankshaft, so that way we can have the pulley on the water pump by itself. So now that we have loosened that at 12 millimeter on this bracket, we can go down into the other below and take off or loosen the 14 millimeter bolt with the nut, both sides. That way we can have the pivot point, and that can slide on this bracket, or even if we need to, we can just take off the bolt, but the bottom is going to be the attach point to the main bracket. So let's go and loosen that one below. So we took out the plastic that goes right below here by removing this nut and that nut and two bolts in the front. So we removed that half that is over there, was here, so we removed it. There's a nut and the bolt is on the other side. The bolt is over here, it goes through, So we have to loosen that. So that's the main bracket for the alternator. So that can give us a pivot point on the top. We have to loosen that with a 40 millimeter. So we do that now so we can loosen the tension on the belt. So now that I have loosened the 40 millimeter down there, I can push the alternator towards the engine so it can give and loosen the tension of the belt so we can take it off. The belt is loose, so there's no tension. So now we can take it off from the alternator, the main crankshaft pulley, and the water pump. So then we can start pushing the alternator out that way. So now as you can see, the belt is gone. So now what we can do is we can push the alternator towards the cab, and we can even take that 12 millimeter bolt off so we can push it even farther out. So that way it clears out the area where we're going to have to remove the water pump. So now we came to a point where we remove this plug completely off. So it's draining completely straight out of the engine as much as we can. So the water pump has 5 holes. That means there's 5 bolts holding this or securing this towards the engine block. The angle of the water pump will show you how it goes, but there's not much to it. So 5 holes, and then there's the gasket. We're gonna be using a little bit of silicone. We have to remove this motor mount, and to remove this motor mount, we have to remove 1, 2, 3 40 millimeter bolts, and there's a nut from the bottom up that is a 40 millimeter as well, and then there's this 12 millimeter bolt that is a ground. So we have to remove all that, but before we do that, we have to put a jack with a piece of wood underneath to support the weight of the engine, because what we have to do is we have to bring the engine up to be able to tilt it and expose some of this area, because this motor mount is attached to a bracket. The bracket is attached to the engine, so we have to remove motor mount bracket from the engine to expose the water pump, and we're going to show you how we do that. So as you can see, I have put my jack right with some wood into the oil pan right there. So now I just got the jack barely touching the engine, so I'm going to lift the jack to show you that the engine is going to start being lifted away from the chassis, so that support is going to be the jack now. You see that? So now, see that? So we're working with the weight of the engine with the jack from the oil pan with some wood. So now we lift it a little bit, and we start loosening up the bolt to get the motor mount out. We start with the bottom nut off first. For this job, we start from the bottom with the nut that facing down out first, and then we come up here. So now that I took off that 14 millimeter nut from the bottom up into the motor mount, we take out the ground 12 millimeter, and then we start working with the 14 millimeter bolts by holding the weight of the engine with a jack. So now what I'm going to be doing is going to loosen these two 14 millimeter bolts by pushing the engine a little bit up. So that way I give him some gap, and then once I loosen him a little bit, I drop the engine a little bit, control with the jack. So now as you can see, there's a space between that bolt, and there's that one and the one in the back over there, that one. So now what we have to do is lower the engine down so it splits from that motor mount and the bracket. So that way we can take out the motor mount and control the motor up. So now as we could see, this motor has split from the motor mount, as you can see. So we can take out those two 40 millimeter bolts, and this one, get the motor mount out so we can start taking that bracket out as well. So remember where the bolts came out from, because they're two different lengths. The longer one goes right here, and the shorter one goes in the back. So just remember where you took them out. So now we take out this 14 millimeter bolt that goes across in the chassis, and it holds the motor mount to the chassis, and that holds the engine. So just to give you an idea how the motor mount was sitting, this is it. And as you can see, the long bolt goes across right here, 14 millimeter chassis. This is the 14 millimeter bolt that goes down in the front. There's a 14 millimeter nut in the bottom, and then there's the other bolt in the front that is shorter, and this is the ground right here. So that's how it's set right there, and that goes through the hole right here to guide the bracket or the engine into the motor mount. So now that we have removed this, okay, now that we have lifted the engine, now we can take off this cover bolts off. 1, 2, 3, 4. We take it off, and then we have to lower it and remove the crankshaft pulley off, and then we have to remove the lower timing belt cover to expose the bolts that hold this bracket into the block. That's why this job it is so simple, but at the same time, this is the hardest part, getting the water pump off. But we have to remove that bracket that is attached to the block, which is hiding behind this timing belt covers. So to remove this timing belt cover is 1, 2, 3, 4 10 millimeter bolts. So for this bolt, actually right here, I use a small 3/8 drive. I use a 1/4 inch drive with a little 10 millimeter socket, so I can get in there, because this guide is not gonna let me get the bigger tools in there. So it's easier with this. To pull it, we just pull straight out. Careful. Now, so now that we have removed the upper timing belt cover, we have to remove the lower timing belt cover. But to do that, we have to remove the main pulley off. We have to take it off, remove it, so we can remove this cover, and we can expose the bolts that secures this bracket into the engine, because that's hiding some of the bolts on the water pump. This work has to be done, otherwise you won't be able to replace that water pump. So let's lower the engine now so we can remove that bolt and remove the pulley and remove that cover, so we can remove that bracket and get to the water pump. So now that we have lowered the engine with our jack, we have the main pulley bolt right there, so we can take it off and we can remove the pulley, so we can take that timing belt off and continue with the bracket and the water pump. To remove this main bolt is a 19 millimeter. Actually came out pretty nice, because I expected it to be a little harder. So now we remove the pulley. Some of them can be tied in there, some of them can be loose. So let's see. So now that we have removed that pulley, which came out pretty smooth, and now we have to remove this plastic cover, which has one 10 millimeter here, another 10 millimeter there. There's a few around, so we'll take it off and then I'll show you where the 10 millimeters are, so we can expose this bracket here. So there was 3 bolts, 1, 2 right there, and then the third one was back here, and I'll show you when I get this cover off. This is loose already, so we can take it off from there. So this is the bottom timing belt cover, and we have to remove 1, 2, 3 bolts, 10 millimeter. The 4th one is right there, but that's being held on the upper one when we took out the first cover, so that was out. And then that's why we have to remove the main pulley on the bottom, because it's holding this from preventing from coming out. So we have to remove it so it comes out through the shaft, and we can expose all the timing belt. So now that we have removed both timing belt covers, upper and lower, by doing all the work that we did, so we can expose the bolts for that bracket, so we can take that one off and get to the water pump. Now we can lift our engine all the way up with our hydraulic jack, and like we were taking out the engine mount off, and without stretching cable. So we're gonna lift it as much as we can so we can get to those bolts on that bracket. So here's this wiring and this other wiring from here. I did have to disconnect it from this base right here. And once we do that, we have to remove a 12 millimeter from back here to be able to remove this bracket from this and the dipstick, because this base is coming out and we don't want this to be attached to it because the dipstick is attached to it. Okay, folks, so you're trying to get your hands right in there somewhere. Be careful with this little sheet metal right there. That's gonna cut you right here. This corner is very sharp, so be careful right in there. That's a intake gasket that's gonna cut yourself. So if you can, put a rag in there, and so you can get your hands to get that bolt. But right there, this is gonna cut you. Put a rag right in here. That's what I have done. I put a rag in there so I can get my hand in there and without scratching myself and cutting. When you take out this bracket, the slider, make sure it's between the dipstick and the alternator, and that angle is pointing outwards like this. So to remove this bracket, now that we've removed that, we have to remove 1, 2, and there's a third bolt right underneath somewhere here, over here, 14 millimeter. So we have to remove all those 3. So we were able to get this bolt and the one hiding underneath, but that one that is next to this one, 14 millimeter, the pulley is right in front of it. So it's not going to allow you to put a socket or a wrench. We're going to have to use this kind of wrench with that angle. And that's going to be put over it from the bottom like this. And that's how you're going to be able to take the bolt off with this kind of wrench, this kind of angle, 14 millimeter close in. So now that we have removed that last bolt, we remove this, and there it is. That bolt is right behind this bracket that holds the motor mount. And without removing this, you cannot remove the water pump. So that's why we have to get and do all this work just to get to this bolt and be able to remove the water pump. So there's 5 bolts that we have to remove. And this is sitting like this, just like that. You see this sharp corner? Is this corner right here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the lowest point. So there's 5 bolts. We remove them, 10 millimeter, and then we can remove it so we can clean. There's gonna be liquid coming out, so you gotta put a container on the bottom, and then we can clean the gasket. Once we remove this, put the new gasket with a new water pump, and if you need silicone, you can do that too. So as we're losing off those bolts, we break the seal and the liquid is going to start coming out. There's a lot of liquid inside here. So now that we have removed the last bolt, we split the water pump, the gasket. There it is. This is the gasket, the water pump. And now this structure where it's bolted on. So we have to clean this area really good to be able to bolt a new water pump with a new gasket and a little bit of silicone if it's needed. So now we've been cleaning that area, and what we do is we wipe with the rag first, and then we use one of these foam sandpaper square things. We do it like this so we don't create a low spot in one of the areas. Once we clean like that, wipe it, dry it up so we can start putting the new water pump in there.